Okay, so I just ended week number 3, and I've lost 2 pounds, and they seem to be a solid 2 pounds. I stopped weighing every day because that ended up being a great way to ruin my day. Started off by getting on the scale. So I learned not to do that. But I've learned to be very focused about my food intake, and I've been very focused about my exercising. I, in general, have been fine, but I have made the mistake of having almost zero not calories, but carbs. And that's been a mistake, and the reason that I've tried to stay away from the carbs is that, truthfully, I'm afraid of them. I know that carbs trigger insulin, insulin triggers the fat, and it's like the fat hormone. So I end up being afraid of eating carbs at all. And if you're trying to lose weight and you're really focused on it like I am, you want to just abstain. But there's a penalty. So after doing that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think, almost zero carbs, but trying to do my best with 180 grams of protein. By Thursday or Friday, my brain was a fog. I had trouble thinking. I didn't feel good. My enthusiasm was dropping, and I told Narissa, I said, I got to have some carbs. I got to have a piece of bread. I got to have something. And, you know, it's a self-imposed penalty here because Scott's never told me to give up carbs. In fact, he wanted me to have, I think, 240 grams of them, and I've never gotten anywhere near it. Yesterday I had a sweet potato, which is what he's been wanting me to eat for 3.5 weeks. And I finally ate it, enjoyed it, and today I've had more energy, more enthusiasm. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep for other reasons. Last night was cheat meal night. And so I feel better, and I've learned that I got to have carbs. And at the same time, I'm still learning, like, what carbs are okay, when are they okay. I'm very confused by a whole lot of information that's out there, and I'm not convinced any one person knows. For example, with the frickin' coffee, I love coffee. You go and do the research, and is coffee good for you losing weight or bad for you losing weight? There'll be a whole school that'll say it's good, it increases your metabolism, it actually has antioxidants in it, it's good for you. And there's another school that says anything with caffeine in it triggers insulin, and you will put on weight because of coffee. So I went for 3 days this week with no coffee. I enjoy coffee. By Thursday or Friday I said, screw this, I'm having coffee again. But it's an example of, okay, 3 weeks into this, beginning the 4th week, lost 6 pounds total. On one level, that's a celebration. On another level, this is moving way too slow for me. And then I got the confusion aspect about what exactly should I be eating carb-wise. What are the safe carbs? I'm hearing sweet potatoes, okay. And when it comes to things like caffeine, is it okay to have it? Is it not okay to have it? So I'm in this confused place. Last night I had dinner with a guy who's been in fitness for 30 years. He didn't have a straight answer for it. So I sit here thinking, okay, I'm doing everything I know to do, but there's still some black holes. Good news is I'm maintaining the course. I'm not starving. I'm not on a diet. Forget diets. Diets don't work. They work in the short term. We can say that. But you got to do a lifestyle change. I'm working on the lifestyle change. And I just did a workout now, total of 20-some minutes. I handled it better than the previous workouts I've done when Scott's been here leading me through it. So there's progress, and I feel great about that. I guess another positive thing to say real quick is I feel stronger. My core feels stronger. My stomach feels stronger. My posture feels better. In general, I feel a lot more confident about my life because I have this physical being that's becoming stronger than it was just a month ago, just 3.5 weeks ago. So I see lots of benefits. I'm still struggling with a few things, but 6 pounds and counting. We're going into week whatever, 4. As I go into week 4, one of the things I need to do is get some answers about things like carbs. And I'm going to corner Scott and say, give me a list of safe carbs. Because there's refined carbs, and there's processed carbs, and there's natural carbs, and there's vegetable carbs. I got my number to shoot for, 240 grams, I think, of carbs a day. I've never hit it yet. Even on my cheat meal, I didn't even hit it. Because I've been afraid of carbs. So I need to know what are the carbs that are okay to eat, and then I got to look at the amount so I'm sure to hit it every day. I want to follow that, and admittedly, this is a psychological thing. I'm afraid of carbs. If I'm dedicated, and I am dedicated to getting in shape and shedding the excess fat and everything, and carbs are in many ways the enemy, I got to find out which of the enemy is actually friendly to me in this process. So part of what I'll be doing, I'm going to go ahead and keep working out, keep using Lose It to register and to find out what the different things break down to, what the different food groups are. And I'm going to corner Scott and say, give me my list. give me the saved carbs list, and then I'll shop for them. I know sweet potatoes are okay. Shop for sweet potatoes. I'm going to be having sweet potatoes, once a day or every other day or something like that to try to match the carbs.
Joe is down 6 pounds, and I'm proud of Joe because as I saw him do the workout today, we did a abdominal core circuit. It took about 12 minutes, and I noticed that he wasn't as winded as he had been in the past, and that's wonderful because that tells me his conditioning is getting better. He's going to be able to just go about his daily life, having more energy, having more strength, and that's wonderful. So I'm proud to see that. That's progress right there. It was a 3-round, 4-exercise abdominal circuit. So 3 rounds of 4 minutes. It was 12 minutes. That was the first part of the workout. The second part was, as you'll see in the video, it was leg pressing, and supersetted that with military pressing for shoulders. So the idea was that we're shuttling blood between his upper and lower body, and the idea is you burn more calories by working legs. And so another conditioning workout, and he did really well. I was pleased. I only come down once a week, so I don't know what he's doing on the other days. I see him working out when I'm here, but it tells me that he's also doing his workouts, and I knew he would, but a lot of times you have clients that say one thing and they do another. When I see someone not getting as winded as the week before or 2 weeks before, I know they're sticking to it, so I'm happy to see that. That was the workout part. As far as the carbs go, I always tell people stick to the macronutrients, and in Joe's case it is 180 grams of protein, it is 240 grams of carbs, and it is 80 grams of fat. Most of that's healthy fat, olive oil, nuts, fish, healthy fat from fish and things like that. It's easy to, when you have all of these different sources telling you different things, whether it's a magazine or a book or a person, their intentions are good, but they're all, in different areas in terms of carbs. And so if you just focus on the macronutrients, the calories will take care of themselves because protein has 4 grams of calories, or 4 calories per gram of protein. Same with carbs. Fat is 9 calories per gram of fat. So if you just focus on those macronutrients, that's going to take a lot of the weight off right there. In terms of carbs, the healthy carbs are sweet potatoes, brown rice. Some people will say white rice is fine. A lot of this is just knowing your body and knowing how you tolerate certain foods. For me, it's oatmeal. I like steel-cut oats. I like rolled oats. So those are my carb sources, and then you get minor carbs from your vegetable sources, salads, and I like to eat pea pods, snow peas, broccoli, asparagus. Asparagus is really good. Some of the professional athletes that I've worked with use a lot of asparagus. It has a diuretic effect. So it makes you excrete excess water. Stay away from corn. Stay away from the starchy types of carbs like white potatoes. Some people will say white rice. Stay away from pasta. Stay away from white bread. I also like rice cakes. I like to put all natural peanut butter, maybe 1 tablespoon on a rice cake in the afternoon with a cup of coffee. That's wonderful for me. That's like a meal because peanut butter, is very filling. It has healthy fat in it. Not the sugar-laden peanut butter, but the kind that has the oil in it. Air pop popcorn is a nice food that you can have at night, as you're watching a movie, watching TV. So those are my main sources: oatmeal, both steel-cut, rolled oats. I mix them together. Brown rice. I say become a connoisseur of rice. There's so many wonderful basmati rice, Texmati rice, if I'm saying that right, different types of rices. So become a connoisseur of rice, and you might be really pleasantly surprised at the different flavors and textures. Sweet potatoes are one of my favorite. I have one every single day. So there you go. There's your information on carbs. The last thing on that is carb timing. Yes, carbs can be evil, but if you use them, Joe had mentioned insulin. Carbs make you release insulin. Insulin is the fat storage hormone. It's the most powerful hormone in your body. But if you use it in a way that helps you, good things will happen. And by that I mean right after a workout, when your body wants to replace glycogen, it's a good time to have carbs. Typically I'll have a whey protein drink and an apple or some sort of sweet carb. You know, maybe it's a juice. And a lot of people recommend maltodextrin or you know, pure glucose. Some people say Gatorade. Maybe you've heard chocolate milk. That's another one, because your body needs that sugar from the fructose, from the glucose, from the chocolate milk to shuttle the protein into the muscle, because that's what's happening. So you're actually shuttling the proteins that are going to repair the muscle, that are going to build lean tissue, and that's a perfect time to have carbs. So take in a lot of carbs after a workout, and by a lot, you know, 30, 40, 50 grams. Don't go overboard and have 240 grams of carbs right after your workout. That'll defeat the purpose. Your body can only take so many in, the rest gets stored as fat. The other good time for carbs is before a workout. There's different thoughts on that. Personally, I don't use carbs before a workout. Some people do. It comes back to knowing your body. My advice for Joe as he goes into week 4, once again, I'm proud of Joe because he's lost 6 pounds. I'm not really harping on you got to lose weight, Joe. I'm just trying to see that he's consistent in what he's doing. The workouts he's got down. I can see as I worked out with him today during the abdominal circuit that he's working hard. You'll see that in the video. In the past videos you'll see that he always works hard in the gym, there's no doubt. I think if he can just focus on the macronutrients and not second guess himself about the carbs and just say, okay, I may not get 240 grams of carbs today, but I'll get 100, you know. And it'll take care of itself. I think he'll find that he has more energy, he's thinking clearer, and if he can continue to lose weight while eating carbs, then I think he'll be at a spot where he can get over that fear. At the same time, he's building muscle. So if Joe uses just a scale to dictate whether he's going to eat carbs or not, he's going to probably have some mind games going on, because you know, as he builds strength, muscle weighs more than fat. So he may actually gain a pound or 2, but his body composition has changed. His shoulders are broader, his arms are bigger, his waist is smaller, but he may weigh 2 pounds more, but that's because he's put on muscle. So I'm doing everything I can to try to get him to focus on the macronutrients. When you add up all of that stuff and use the formula that I gave a while ago, the 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbs, 9 calories per gram of fat, you know, that's not a whole lot of calories when you add that stuff up. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, 2,800, something like that. You know, so I'm just trying to encourage him not to get too caught up in the carbs. Carbs can be your friend, and as I mentioned about right after a workout, you know, you really want to use carbs to help start the repair part of the process, where you shuttle in the protein, because protein is the building blocks of muscle. So focus, just keep doing what you're doing, you know, just keep working out 3 times a week. He's actually doing some extra stuff, working on his core, even when he's not in the gym, and so that tells me that he's enjoying and he wants more, and those are all very important things to continue to focus on.